I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what. Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck, country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm backed up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car till you tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro.
Oh, look at this man. He walking in the hotel or wherever he is. He's traveling. I done got the man jet set. What's up with you, man? You good? Look, he walking in the room. Sweating, too. Sweating.
I'm blessed, man. I can't even complain. Situated, then we're going to be all good.
I know. And, you know, it's my fault, right? I can't get I'm still on Mountain Standard Time because that's where Mazatlan is. And, you know, it's supposed to have been started 6:30 instead of 6 o'clock, but it don't matter. We here anyway. And if you can throw them headphones on, brother, because I'm getting some feedback and echo on my side, and I'm sure that the folks are getting that as well. That'd be appreciated. You got some headphones?
Are we good?
No, you look decent. I can definitely tell that you're not at home, but that's all right. But we getting some echo coming from you. I don't know if you got any headphones that you can put on.
Let me put you on mute. Let me figure it out. Hold on one second.
No worries. Shouts out to everyone. Appreciate you for joining us. Team No Sleep, November 18th, 6 o'clock. Supposed to have been 6:30 start, but you know what you gonna do. If you are here in the audience, watching, listening, give us a shout out. Let me know. Let me and Montel know where you're listening from. We, you know what we do here, right? We talk about social impact of sport, right? We dig kind of deep into a lot of topics, a lot of conversations tonight. Tonight is going to be another night, man. I'm personally. I know I'm torn, right? I got me a glass of scotch. Don't think I'm gonna make it to the gym for training tonight because we got some conversations that we need to get into, and I'll put it that way: some conversations that we need to get into, and no one else is getting into them. So let me say how you doing? How you doing, sir? Appreciate you for joining. Tell all your partners. While Montel is getting set up, tell all your partners that to join the stream because we're going to talk about some things tonight, and it may be some good dialogue. How you doing? You all straight now? Oh, he's still
just out there, man. I'm pulling me up on the computer now. So
look at it. See, the man is jet set. And he's flying all over the state, the country. You know, he's going to see his kids play and star in collegiate athletics. He's doing things on the professional side, so you know I'm just blessed to be in the room with Mr. Allen here. I'm stalling you guys, you know that, right? But it's now he froze. Hold on, I'm gonna take a screenshot of this right here. Oh please, yeah. Let me get a screen grab of that. Oh, that's hilarious. Probably gonna dial back in from his desktop as opposed to from his mobile phone. So I know we got a NFL game going on right now. Shouts out to the Patriots trying to do some things. Mac Jones 10-0 right now over them Falcons. Man, we rooting for the Falcons a lot. I know they got deep fan base. They got great weapons out there on both sides of the football. But man, they just can't seem they get so close a lot of times and can't get it right. And Mac Jones is doing his thing out there, putting them to the test. And Patriots, like I say, up 10-0 right now against the Falcons right now on Thursday Night Football. How's your team doing, folks? My team, we don't want to even talk about the Steelers because what happened last week with Ben being out on COVID protocol and young Rudy coming in and trying to do his job. Man, I got to take Montel off the screen. This is distracting to me too here. And with Rudy coming in trying to do his thing, we did not look so well. So hopefully after Big Ben gets through the COVID protocols and is able to come back to the team, we can start putting W's up instead of these L's on the leaderboard. So where you at, Montel? I see you still locked on your mobile phone. Hopefully you can get that laptop dialed in. MDH, yeah, we have the joys of live streaming. Montel is.
Man, how come you keep telling me the link I click has been deleted or suspended?
No, the link is always the same.
I know, brother, man. I know. I'm just saying what it says on my computer. Hold on, man. You know me, man. I'm gonna figure it out.
I know you're gonna figure it out. You don't sound bad right now. So MJ, it's actually, I know I was talking to you earlier. Let me talk to. Oh no, you do. You still got that echo. You still got that echo. It's all bad.
Yeah, I see you. I hear you echoing though too. That's the crazy part. I hear you echo.
No, yeah, that's on your side, dog. All this equipment I got in this studio.
I know. It's got to be me. I know.
You know, I got BET rolling in here, man. You know, I can put BET to shame. Yeah, MJ, you definitely check out the replay because I know you got some things you got to get into, and it's probably the fourth story that we want to go into tonight in terms of what I was talking to you about.
We'll go ahead and start on the Cam Newton story, and then I'm gonna figure this out, man. I'm right here. Just put me on blast, and I'm coming in. I promise you.
All right, no worries. So yeah, we know football. I started off talking about the Patriots out there handling the Falcons right now, but Cam Newton. Let's talk about that. Cam Newton is back. He's doing the Superman thing with the Panthers. Talk to me about how you feel about that. The man came back with a vengeance. Didn't look like he missed any steps, right? His first few touches of the ball, he's already scoring touchdowns. So he's always said that's where he wanted to be. He didn't like the fact that he was no longer with the team for a little while, but it's really good to see him go back to, I'm going to call it home, and he's called it home as well, but for Cam to go back home, make an impact immediately with his team and start showing some fruits of the labor. One thing that I have seen in terms of a story, they've got their first home game with him back on the squad coming up Sunday. Cam is talking about buying some tickets, right? For fans that normally wouldn't be able to make it to the game, he's actually looking at buying some tickets to get them into the stadium, trying to have that rah-rah feeling. It's funny, they're going to be playing the Washington football team where Coach Rivera is. So that's going to be an interesting situation, an interesting dialogue. Looks like we got Montel back. Appreciate you. There you go, man. So, tell us what you think about that. The fact that Cam is back, being productive. Again, doesn't look like he's missed a step. He's scoring touchdowns. He's doing the Superman thing. He's riling up the crowd and the fans in a positive way. So that's a good thing, right? That's a good thing. Tell us what you think about that. Just the fact that Cam is back doing his thing, leading his team to a W. That's at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Right, it's all good. You can come in and you can do a lot of conversation, and you can do some press releases and press junkets and all. But if you come in and you win, that's all that matters.
I think that it's great, man. I mean, I was one of the ones that kind of came out. I thought his career was over with. I didn't think he was going to get another opportunity to play in the league, and it just goes to show you hard work, opportunity. He prepared himself, and he's right when opportunity came. Hey, Melanie, how you doing? It seems like it was just great for him to come back. It looked like he sparked a fire underneath him
Mm-hmm.
over there in Charlotte. I'm glad to see him back with another opportunity. We don't want people to go out like my man Carmelo Anthony did, get suspended for a year, and then finally they let him back in the league. At least Cam got he had a small hiatus, and he's gonna go out on his own terms. It looks like with this contract and having an opportunity to compete and play, and not letting anybody else dictate when it's over for him. But he knows when his skill set is diminished.
True.
So it's good to see. It's good to see him back. It's good to see McCaffrey was excited to have him back.
Right. Because that's his main weapon anyway, right? Yeah.
The team was celebrating around him. They were jumping up and down, enthusiastic. I think, and Cam, man, he's a great iconic figure for the game. Regardless you agree with him or not, he's just a great figure. He's always positive. I don't agree with his attire he wears all the time. His big hats and all that stuff, and his hair looking like that. But besides the fact of the matter, he's never been an issue with the NFL. He's always handled himself with a lot of class. He's always talked with a lot of class. He's always handled himself. He's always spoke highly of himself and his teammates. He's never been a guy he blames it on everybody else. He actually would always take the grunt of the blame by himself, even when he was in New England. There was an issue, he would say it was me. He didn't say it was a team. He didn't blame it on anybody else. He wasn't pointing the finger. He always pointed the finger at himself first. So I think, man, this is one of the feel-good stories, the comeback stories of the year. He's able to come back and do some good things. So cheers to Cam, man. Glad to have him back in the league.
Definitely. I tell you what, if there's a way that you can adjust your audio up just a little bit, and I don't want to mess the gain up too much on my side and have you blowing people's ears out, but just a tad on.
Better. Let me know if that's better. Tell me when, my man.
A little bit more.
1, 2, 3.
I think that's gonna be good. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. Let's go ahead and get into it. Appreciate everyone for their patience while we get these logistics, but we wouldn't have it any other way. That's why we live stream, right? So you can see the behind the scenes. You can see my tail sweat. You can see me curse and drink. Man, we got some things to talk about tonight, and it's not a good thing today. I'm gonna start with a story, and I'm gonna read kind of verbatim. So I'll be looking down a little bit just so I can get the facts out about what's going on, and then we can go into a little bit more of a discussion. Current state of affairs from a social impact story. Let's talk about Julius Jones. Julius Jones, born July 25th, 1980, American prisoner from Oklahoma, who was convicted of the July 1999 murder of a businessman, Mr. Paul Howell. His case has received international attention due to claims of innocence and controversy surrounding his trial and conviction. Jones and his defense team maintain his innocence, arguing that he was at home when the murder occurred and that his co-defendant, Christopher Jordan, is the true perpetrator of the crime. Howell's family maintains that Jones is guilty. Jones was scheduled to be executed today. However,
in 3 hours. In 3 hours, actually, he was executed.
Yeah, right? So exactly. However, Governor Kevin Stitt commuted his sentence to life without parole. I'll get back and read more specifics in terms of the story, the crime, and things of that nature. But why are we talking about this here? Well, we're talking about it here because, again, it's the social impact story. But at the time of the crime, Julius was at 19 years old. He was a student athlete at the University of Oklahoma on an academic scholarship with a promising future. Right? He played basketball and he played a handful of sports and he was doing his thing. The cliff notes of this story from a legal perspective is
crazy.
So it's crazy because I know where to go, but I just want to make sure I'm cognizant and talk more factually as opposed to anything at all right now. But Witnesses at the time reported seeing a black man with a red bandana and 1 or 2 inches of hair showing between his ear and wave cap shoot Howell. One statement, Jones had a shaved head at the time. So if you're making a column of, pros and cons and do's and don'ts, the A's and A's, just think about that. Police found a murder weapon wrapped in a red bandana in Jones's family home. Jones and Christopher Jordan, his co-defendant, were ultimately arrested and indicted for first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit a felony, that being of the stolen Suburban. Jones denied his role in the carjacking that led to Howell's murder. Jones and his family have maintained that he was eating dinner and playing games at home with his family on the night of the murder. Jones also stated that Christopher Jordan spent the night at Jones's house on the evening of the murder and maintains that Jordan planted evidence framing Jones for the murder. The officer at the scene used some racial epithets, pointed towards Jones, dared him to run, implying that the officer would shoot him if he did. Another check mark, just in terms of just procedural things, right? Just procedural actions, and I'm not saying here or there, yay or nay, but the folks involved are going to say that. So check this out. Christopher Jordan, Jones's co-defendant, entered a plea agreement with the state in which he received a 30-year prison sentence for murder and conspiracy under the condition that he testify against Jones. During the trial, neither Jones nor his family testified, and the defense team did not bring up his alibi. In an affidavit, Jones's public defender later stated that this was because he had personally concluded that the alibi defense was untrue. So Jones's public defender didn't believe the alibi of his own client. 11 out of 12 jurors at the trial were white. One juror allegedly dropped the N-word talking about Mr. Jones. Another juror allegedly told another juror that he should be lynched outside of the courtroom. Mr. Jones was found guilty and sentenced to death in 2002. Hope you're starting to see what's happening, putting things together, because I can guarantee you right now you're seeing this on your Fox, CNN, MSNBC, wherever you get your mainstream news, but they're not going to go as deep in terms of exactly all of the specifics that we're going into. In 2014, Christopher Jordan was released after serving 15 years in prison for driving the getaway car in Howell's murder. He has allegedly admitted to at least 3 others while he was in jail that he shot Howell and framed Jones. Jones's public defender at the time later acknowledged that he gave ineffective counsel in a 2008 affidavit and detailed 5 major failures he made in Jones's trial. Not me talking. This is Mr. Jones's own public defender saying, I didn't do a good job. I didn't believe him. I know 5 specific things that I did in terms of not even representing this man. So for about 20 years, he's lived on death row and held in solitary confinement for 23 hours of the day. I don't know anything about that. I don't want to know anything about that. If you have family that are in those situations, right, again, just can only imagine the horror of something like that, especially for a crime where you didn't do. The person you were with, who you knew was a bad influence, because there is the backstory that Jones knew Jordan was a bad influence, but he was one of those guys that he's trying to help, trying to straighten him out, right? Kind of like a science project, right? You know, I got this homie, I know he's a bad influence, but I'm gonna try to make him better. But here it is, Jordan has actually admitted while he was in jail, yeah, he shot him. In 2018, Jones was featured in the first season of The Last Defense, an American documentary series that explores and exposes flaws in the American justice system. The episodes about Jones focused on evidence attorneys failed to present in court regarding Jones's co-defendant, Christian Jordan. A lot of folks in pop culture have gathered onto this story. Kim Kardashian has jumped onto that. And look, shouts out to Kim Kardashian, because she has been an advocate for folks in jail who have been wrongly accused or who have not gotten the proper representation. So shouts out to her for that. She's actually gone to visit him as well. Steph Curry has been involved in some things. Folks who are fans of the Cleveland Browns probably saw Baker Mayfield during a press announcement a couple of days ago get choked up when asked about this particular situation, because he's vested in the situation as well. So the sports world, the entertainment world, people who have influence, people who have a voice, people who have a platform are talking about this and seeing and saying that this is wrong. This man is in jail for a crime that he didn't do. The person who was with him literally said he did it. And bring us to literally today, 4 hours ago, right? According to the clemency statement, Jones and his attorney say he spent nearly 2 decades on death row for a crime he did not commit due to a fundamental breakdown in the system tasked with deciding his guilt, including ineffective and inexperienced defense attorneys, racial bias among his jury, and alleged prosecutorial misconduct. So the governor, like we said, commuted his term, his sentence from death in a couple of hours
to death in prison.
To death in prison. So, sorry, I had to read all that, right? But kind of give you context, because you're only going to get the Cliff Notes on your 11 o'clock news tonight. And again, we're bringing up social impact. This is an athlete, and it's involved families. It's involving things that we need to be talking about. Montel, talk to us a little bit about your thoughts about what's happening around this whole situation right now. Again, right, we can talk about the family, both sides of the family. We can talk about the man Jordan, who now is out of jail, who was already said that he did it. We obviously can't find him. What's going to happen with that? But kind of the energy that's being brought out right now with this whole situation about Mr. Jones.
I mean, I think it's a relief that he's not going to be dead tonight in 3 hours.
Yeah.
That he's gonna still be alive. But the fact of the matter, the coward governor of Oklahoma doesn't want to reopen the case and just give him life in prison. This case should have been reopened. It should have been retried again, and then they would have found this man innocent based on the new evidence, or the evidence they found over these several years to show that he never committed the crime. This shows another ugly black eye for the judicial system against African American men. I like to give a shout out to all of Oklahoma City, the school district. A lot of African Americans took a walk out and stand in protest of the situation. All the high school, at least I know high school. I'm not sure of anything younger, but high school kids.
Yeah, you know what? Let me bring up that, because there's actually a lot of video of that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right, just like as you were saying, right, a lot of students within the area actually staged a walkout from their classes in support of Julius Jones, and I believe this actually happened before the commuting of the sentence, but this was happening in real time today.
This is before he announced this.
Yeah,
this is before he announced that he was going to go ahead and just give him life in prison and avoid the death penalty. But again, that's not justice.
True.
We talk about a justice system all the time. And we're getting ready to go into the situation with Rittenhouse, a whole nother different situation that's going to involve race, where that situation, and now we're coming upon a man that there's evidence that he's innocent, and he's still going to have to spend the rest of his life in prison. And the fact that he was a former athlete, that kind of just draws our interest. But as far as a social impact, man, let's be honest, man. What is it for young African American to look forward to in life? I could be wrongfully accused and still spend the rest of my life in jail. I can be pointed at. Someone can wrongfully say something about me, and I can still spend my life in jail, even if I can prove that I'm innocent. There's a big black eye on the judicial system, man, and it's definitely racially fueled, because I've never heard of a situation like this with a white person. And forgive me, I know we have white listeners now, but I haven't.
No, we got to speak. We got to speak our heart. We got to speak the truth, right?
I've never heard of a white man being wrongfully accused, getting ready to get sentenced to death, and since he's not going to go to death, and they think there might be a way of innocent, or that they make sure he play some leniency. Oh, you know what? We'll just give him the rest of his life in prison.
Yeah,
let's let him spend the rest of his life in death row.
Without the option of paroles, right? So that was the key statement in the what was handed down today, right? Exactly. So they're done.
Yeah, they're done with him. He can't even get another trial to go back and say, hey, you know what? Is there a chance for me getting out? He can't get out. He's gonna. I would have took the quick death, me personally. I'm not gonna sit here and rot in prison for the rest of my life for you. I'd rather just go ahead and die now, meet my maker now. Me personally, that's me.
Yeah.
Especially if you're already gonna be my judge and jury and tell me I can't get out of something I know I didn't do, take me away. I don't want to be a cage. I'm not an animal. And they're treating young black men like animal. The only white this is crazy. I was thinking about it today driving. The only white person I've ever seen that was wrongfully accused, and he wasn't wrongfully accused, he just did more time than he was supposed to, was white boy Rick, the drug dealer. He did a non-violent crime, and he served way more years than anybody else did in that whole conspiracy. It was the only white person I've ever seen that's been wrongfully accused in a situation and been sentenced to something that was so extreme beyond what the crime was. This man is going to rot for the rest of his life in jail, based on a crime he did not commit. And I think we're getting. I know myself personally, I'm getting tired of the images of we're seeing, white people or white counterparts getting off from doing crimes, while African Americans are suffering the bulk of these crimes in jail and being sentenced to extreme sentences.
Yeah.
We're just getting. I mean, basically, you're locking us up like we're animals and cattle and throwing away the key. I mean, literally, you're throwing away the key. That's man life. So the social impact, man, is just it's a stain on the judicial system, and man,
it's a stain on everyone, especially when there's so many flaws mentioned by the public defender himself, saying, I didn't do right by this man. That's essentially what he said, right? I didn't do right by this man.
Did you read the probation board? The people that are going to give you probation, they begged the governor twice to give him clemency and retrial the trial. So peers that were going to release him out that had the ability to release him out to the public were saying, based on the crime, they said they could not release him, but they wrote letters to the judge and the judges to please give him clemency and retrial this trial, which is unheard of. As we all know. If you know anything if you follow justice, that's pretty unheard of. So people on the parole board, his lawyer, his friends, his family, superstars, people within the law community, there's enough evidence to prove he's innocent, and they're still gonna let him rot to jail.
Yeah.
And the person that committed the crime is out on the street.
Is out now, right? He lied. He's already said he did it, so he confessed to it. He confessed to it. He's out of jail, and obviously, can't find him right now because whatever. I don't even want to get into that, but it's just a very sad situation. And it's not over because for all sides, right? So for the Howells who lost their father, their brother, their husband, that type of thing. For the Jones family, I saw Julia's mother today making some statements, but before the announcement from the governor, when she thought literally she was going to lose her today was going to be the last actual life day of her son. And honestly, I think the conscience, the karma, the final judgment of the man who is walking around now, the other gentleman it's got to be heavy. Got to be heavy. I haven't heard anything from the public defender. Again, maybe offering some type of legal ramification or legal statement of saying, because I'm not a lawyer, right? I'm in technology. I don't know what book they can open up to say there's got to be a way to go back through this case and say, my bad, judge, my bad, everyone. I'm not trying to make light of this, but I did wrong the first time. Let's do this again. Let's look at all of this evidence. Bring someone else in. But right now, this young man is now essentially gone for forever, and they've shut the doors on him, literally and figuratively.
I'm angry, man. I mean, I guess I could say.
Yeah, I mean, me too, and that's why I'm stumbling. I apologize. Right, we got a couple of stories tonight that's causing me to just have a hard time mentally right now, and I want to just make sure that we articulate this to the audience so they can go out and do their own research. But this is pulling at the strings right now.
Yeah, it's real disheartening about this situation. I mean, I don't even know how to put them on. Like I said, we're getting ready to go into this situation with the Rittenhouse, which that looks shaky as of right now. We don't know how that's going to unfold. We got the Aubrey case in Georgia, which is also really volatile and a real crazy situation with a lot of racial tension. And then this story was kind of on the back end. A lot of people didn't know about it until me when you talked about it, but a lot of people didn't know about it, and it saddens me that the one innocent one that we know that they know this innocent
yeah,
is right now really about to his life is thrown away, and literally, and there's no accountability nowhere else. No one's taking. There's no accountability or action from no one else that did all the wrong within the situation. Like you said, the lawyer, um, the jury that used the N word.
yeah,
So that was already a problem. I don't even know why those juries weren't dismissed if they were using the N word, because that's not an impartial jury. That's a partial jury.
exactly.
With a lot of biasness in it. So, the person, like you said, that said he committed the crime, nothing happened to him. He served his time and he's gone, in the wind. And just so many different things and so many angles in this case that shows he's innocent. If he wasn't innocent, I wouldn't be probably so emotional. I'd be like, okay, well, you know what, it's a severe consequence, but that's what they said he got. But
Yeah, or at least so let me say this. So, or at least the statements pointing to his innocence, right? Again, we weren't there that night, but the fact that this other dude said he did it. His public defender said, I didn't do right by this man, right? So many things that just don't line up right. That what, y'all got the wrong guy behind bars right now. And I don't think I've ever said this before, but shouts out to Kardashian, because I've seen her do some things before, along these routes of helping people incarcerated incorrectly, wrongly. Good Lord, she might be one of the the last bits of hope that this man may have.
Yeah. But you know what's crazy?
Mm.
He ain't the only one that's been wrongly committed.
Yeah,
that's the part that's starting to anger me more. He's not the only one that's been wrongfully accused of a crime, and definitely not the only one that's not in jail because of a crime he didn't commit. Especially when it comes to us. I forgot the young man's name that was wrongfully accused. The 16-year-old that went to Rikers Island for stealing the backpack that didn't steal. He ended up getting killed in there, but he was wrongfully accused of some things. And I forgot his name. I'll get it to you guys next week, I promise. But there's a pattern in the judicial system that if you point the finger at a black man, and this is my view only, so please don't take it skewed that everybody looks at. But if you point the finger at a black man and there's any shred of kind of evidence that can kind of be that way, he's getting found. He's going to the jail, and they're trying to find him guilty at all means.
Exactly.
And when you and no matter what evidence you present, no matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter what's going on, it's not innocent until proven guilty. You're guilty, and you have to prove your innocence. You have to try to prove your innocence, and if you can't prove it, unfortunately, we're finding situations like this. Mr. Jones is in, and he's not the only one. He's the only one that's making national spotlight.
Right. He's the only one that's got, like I say, folks in positions that got platforms that are seeing the inaccuracies and seeing that this needs to be done. So, Kevin is saying, can a new or different governor reopen the case? Who knows, man? Again, me and Montel come from the technology side, so we only play lawyers on the internet. We don't do that thing, but.
My Law and Order game ain't that good.
Shouts out to Judge Joe Brown. Like, can somebody work on this? And not trying to make light of the situation, but again, something's got to happen. And I think it's another day for Mr. Jones, right? So he's not getting that lethal cocktail tonight. So it's another day, right? There could be some things that come out in his favor. And again, when you got folks with money and folks with influence and folks with a platform, the Steph Currys, the Kim Kardashians, the Baker Mayfields, those are the three that I know that have stepped out and voiced some concern. You can make a little noise and hopefully something happens sooner as opposed to later.
Yeah, shout out, man. God bless him and his family.
Definitely.
Hope we can stay strong through this.
Man, that's a tough story, brother. That's a tough story. We can go into
we'll go deep. If we're gonna go deep, let's just keep going deep.
All right. So I don't know if MDH is still watching, but this is the story I was talking about. Let me pull this up. I need to pause for a second because I want to make sure that I'm not showing the video.
Okay.
Because that's just not gonna happen. So story we're talking about now, again, and tired. I'm tired of having these conversations about supposedly grown men going out there putting their hands on somebody. Zach Stacy, former player, NFL, former Jet running back, accused of violently beating his ex-girlfriend.
That's a wrong statement. Not accused. There ain't no accused in there. If you ever
Yeah,
see the video,
look, I was reading this New York Post story, and they kept using the term allegedly, and I almost punched through this monitor when I kept seeing allegedly. I'm not showing the video, folks, okay? Because the video, the video, I'm not showing the video. I'll put a link into it for you if you want to see it. But let's just put it to you this way: Zach Stacy beat his ex-girlfriend in front of their 5-year-old child, and he put his hands, for one, he put his hands on a woman, so he needs to be placed underneath the planet. Not just underneath the building. He needs to be on that next spaceship going to Mars on a one-way trip.
You being gradually nice. He didn't put his hands on her. He physically beat her.
Yep.
Like she was a freaking man. And he's a freaking coward. He's just a guy. He's a piece of you know what I mean?
Yeah, we can say it, man. Look, this is where we are, man.
He's a piece of shit, dude. He's a piece of shit of a man. I mean, you. I don't care what this woman did. I don't care if you had to. I heard people mental illness and all. That's bullshit. That mental illness shit is bullshit because you're not mental illness when you flew all the way from Nashville to come see her, to accuse her of whatever she was doing. You wasn't mental ill when you got in the house and you're arguing with her. You wasn't mental ill when you put your hands on her, and you wasn't mental ill when your ass fled the scene and got your ass back on the plane back to Nashville.
Yeah.
So you ain't that mental ill shit. You can throw that out the window. He's a coward of a freaking man to beat on her like that. Whatever she was doing or not doing, or what he thinks she was doing,
don't matter.
Leave the situation.
Don't matter.
You can speak your words, you can speak your anger, you can yell at her all she wants and all that. But the way he put his hands on her, he beat her like a freaking man, like a grown ass man. He beat her like a dog, man. And I don't think there's no excuse for it. And I'm even more pissed off about Oakland Police Department. Why did it take them freaking 4 days to go there to take her statement and do the story instead of them allegedly getting there right away to help this woman out?
Yeah. And that's Oakland, Florida, too. For context,
yeah.
It's not Oakland, California. So yeah, again, and I'm seeing folks in the comments saying that they have seen some of the video. TMZ, we talk trash about TMZ sometimes, but they get the scoop, and the video is actually from the young lady's internal home surveillance cameras. And it shows the aggressive nature of him beating his woman, throwing her into a TV, and the TV falling on her, and then having something in his hand where he throws it at her, hits her in the face. She finally gets a moment, and I'm summarizing because I'm getting sick, and I really don't want to talk about this, to be honest with you, but we got to talk about it. She gets a moment. She calls the police. The police come when they come, and obviously, again, Zach Stacy isn't there, so he's actually at large right now. We don't know where he is. He's left state.
Someone that said the last he touched down in Nashville. That was the last place that they think that he had circulated to or fled to. I'm tired of these stories.
Oh, and anybody in Nashville that sees Zach Stacy?
Yeah, man,
do what you need to do to this man and take him out. That's right. I said it. This is a horrible story. He obviously, all right. So let's wrap it around again, trying to stay focused here in terms and not get too much down the rabbit hole. Ex-player, never coming back to the league, never getting that. He's lost when his sponsors and advertisers, folks that were using him kind of as an ambassador, saw this, the horrific nature of this, they dropped him immediately, which is the right thing to do. But like when I tell, like you were just saying, man, why did it take so long for the Oakland, Florida Police Department to move on this and stop using the word allegedly? Because you see what's happening right by looking at this damn video.
Yeah. So, I'm just sick of it, man. I'm sick of this kind of behavior, because I try to really think about situations like this. This ain't the first time he did this. Please believe
Correct.
that. This is not the first time he's did this. It may not have been this bad, or it may have even been worse. We don't know. But this ain't the first time he put his hands on a woman, because he looked way too comfortable in doing what he was doing. So he should have been in jail for doing what he's doing. But now they got him on camera. Now he can do this. I'm upset with the police department for them taking so long to do it, and I'm upset for whoever's harboring this dude. Why?
Yeah, because he went somewhere, right? He went somewhere where he's comfortable. He's just not out there at a hotel or something. And if he is at a hotel, he checked in and used his name, or he's got a very distinctive look.
Somebody knows what this dude is, and nobody's saying anything. And that all that no snitch crap that people talk about and all that stuff, man. This is a situation that's so much bigger than that, and whatever. Because what if he's your sister's next boyfriend? What if he's your mom's boyfriend? He ain't gonna stop beating. He's not gonna stop. He's comfortable doing that to women. So the impact is, man. I mean, I'm just torn, man. I'm torn with these guys still. These guys doing this to women, putting their hands on women wrongfully, putting their hands on anybody. You shouldn't have to do that anyway.
Yep.
I don't understand why you couldn't have the conversation with your baby's mother, and then if it's too hot and handle for you to handle, walk away, because whatever she didn't justify him putting his hands on her in any form or fashion. He could have just walked away. If that's the case, go to court and get your baby. If that's the case, what you need to do.
Yeah.
Do whatever you need to do to remove yourself from the situation, but don't put your hands on her. And he beat her like a freaking man, tossing her and turning like a man. It wasn't a slap. It wasn't a grab her shake. It wasn't a push to get her out of the way. He beat that woman like a man.
Dude, I've been in enough fights in my day, and I put these hands on some folks. I have never swung at someone as violently. Look, and I've been hot with some folks, but I have never swung at myself as violently as this 200-300-pound man did at this woman.
Maybe 98 pounds, 100
on
pounds,
this video.
125 pounds. Yeah.
So, and
throwing her down like a rag doll, man. And it just don't make no sense, man. I really just, I'm just pissed about both of these stories, man.
Yeah.
Pissed eternally. I'm pissed and hurt eternally, because we got to do better. We got to do better as a society with the first story.
Yeah.
We got to do better as Black men in this story, because this story reflects us. That's what people view us as when they see things like that. They look at a lot of majority of us like we do things like this. They boaster about, we're these violent men, and we're not. I played football. Never put my hands on a woman in my life. No need to. There's nothing there for. So, and I don't want no one viewing me like that. But you know what? Someone that doesn't know me could easily view me like that, because I share the same color skin. I'm a larger man of a stature. Who knows? I don't want to be grouped in that. So I think we need to do better collectively in both things.
Yeah.
Like I said, being as us.
I mean, I know folks are watching, folks are listening, and the replay squad is going to be dope as well, because a lot of folks catches at different times and hear that call to action, man. I definitely want to open this channel up and this stream up to have that constructive dialogue, right? Men of color, just people, because I'm internalizing this, and I wear my emotions on my sleeve. And we had the same type of discussion with the Dodgers pitcher that did what he did with his wife or his girlfriend, and just us being fathers of daughters,
man.
Right? So that's what has me specifically right now, right, about this particular situation. So yeah.
You might not say it. I'll be in jail right now. I'm not gonna lie. He did something like to my daughter.
Yeah,
we'll be having this phone call behind Pelican Bay walls.
Yeah.
on my phone card, because I'm not letting it slide that happened to my daughter. It's not sliding
for real,
because there's no reason for somebody to do that. And I wish, I wish more fathers would feel that passionate about it, because at the end of the day, no grown man needs to put his hands on a woman. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's instances where you're self-defending yourself. A woman's hitting you and doing whatever, you got to defend yourself. But if that's the case, get out of the situation. Get out of there. You ain't got to take abuse. You're grown enough and big enough to walk your way out of there. Get yourself out of the situation. Remove yourself from the situation. Cool off, and cooler heads will prevail.
Yep.
There's no reason for no one to put their hands on each other, especially in the manner that he did. Especially in the manner he did. You know, it brings me to the Seattle Seahawks offensive lineman guy that did it to his
Yeah.
girlfriend. Remember?
Yeah.
You know, this just is keeps happening over and over and over again, man. And I'm just tired of it.
Yeah.
It's
a drain. It's a drain on everyone who's involved and folks that are not involved as well, right? Because we internalize it and we think about it, how it could affect us, and if it did affect us, man, if someone, I don't want to go down that road, but
I've admitted my guilt already. So
yeah, I don't even want to try it because it's not going to be a good look. It's just not going to be good.
But if it happens on me, if it does happen to my daughter, they already got the incriminating evidence. I ain't hiding it. James, you can be politically correct. Somebody did that to my daughter.
Was it premeditated what Montel and James did? Yes, it was, Your Honor. I can stand on the trial up there for myself and say, someone tried to put their hands on my child or anyone in my family. We gonna have a real problem, brother. If you can hit that gain or those levels on your microphone just a little bit more too, because we want to make sure that we get you in clear. What you using? Old Logitech headset, man. You know.
Man, I'm using my work computer.
I know. Okay, shouts out to Dell. Okay, nothing wrong with that. It's all.
You know how it go. You know how that go.
we do. And in conclusion, folks, look again. We hit you with it, right? I hate these stories, but we got to have these stories. I'm thankful to have a co-host, colleague like Montel here, who is open enough to talk about these things with me, who doesn't hold the bar, just doesn't hold anything back. I try to come out and try to at least, I try to be on the even keel for a minute, and then he says, you know what, go ahead and say what you got to say, brother, and then we do what we got to do, but. Just want to make sure that we get the facts out and the information out so you can go out and do your own research and gather your own information on these things and take action. Like don't just sit around and Monday morning quarterback. Don't just sit in your living room and kick the can or whatever. I'm gonna use whatever analogy. Don't try to do the old Morgan Freeman and just be mad because things are not going your way in your neighborhood, your society, your community. Do something, especially when you see.
Also, on top of that, James, be real with yourself. You know, look in that mirror, look in that eye, and be real with yourself. I'm a very passionate person, and I'm real with myself.
Yeah,
you know, I'm very real with myself. That's why I get so emotional about things. I think people need to do that first. Take that stance and look in the mirror, and then act accordingly. You know, because the one person at the end of the day you can't lie to is you.
Mm-hmm.
You can bamboozle everybody in the world. You can't lie to yourself. You can't lie to your emotions about yourself. Me personally, I'm comfortable with myself. I'm comfortable who I am. I'm comfortable with what I do, and I'm comfortable with what I stand for. I don't have a problem saying, like I said, that guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Shit. I've said over and over again, crap, you shouldn't do it. And I'm man enough to stand up for it. I mean, he was in the room. We can go at it. I don't have a problem with that at all. You know, win, lose, or draw. And if you did it to my kid, you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
you're gonna lose.
You're gonna lose. We're gonna lose. It's not gonna be a good look for you.
It's not gonna be pretty either. You're gonna lose one way or the other.
I'm biting.
You're gonna lose.
Look, whatever kind of way it is, but I'm gonna be the last man standing for sure, and
on that one. So
stand over you like Ali did. So
So just like James said, I mean, you know, look, I say look at yourself first, then take action. What you feel comfortable with, because man, we got to stand for some stuff, man. And we just can't keep tolerating these kinds of things that's going on, because that same behavior is not only just in those rich guys and those athletes. That trickles down to the person that's next door, down the street, around the corner. You know, somebody's doing that same exact thing. Some woman is being abused right now in your neighborhood. I don't give a shit where you at, where you live, and where you from. And somebody knows about it and it's not doing anything about it. Some young black boy is going to be pulled over by a cop for no reason in your neighborhood that didn't do anything. He was just happened to be on the wrong side of the neighborhood. Do something about it. Say something about it. We got all this technology and cameras, man. We gotta have some type of voice.
Yeah.
And just I'm tired of this narrative, this crazy narrative that we keep seeing. So forgive me from a rant.
No, hey, I was just, that's what we do. I'm just going to say, if Miss Sylvia Nixon is still on the line, if she can keep all of us and everyone in prayer, in the prayer circle tomorrow morning I can't make it at 4:00 in the morning tomorrow. But if you can keep us in these situations in prayer, because we need it, and take some ownership, you want to wait. Everyone wants to wait till January 1st for New Year's resolutions. Let's go ahead and start November 19th and go out and make a change. Do the old Michael Jackson thing and look at yourself and find a way to improve. Start with your sphere of influence, the folks around you, close family, your close friends, your close confidants, your neighborhood. But don't just let things like this go, because the challenge is, you're right. Zach Stacy has done this before. Someone has seen it. He's fled the state. He's with someone who knows about what he does. Wherever he's with right now has seen these TMZ videos, so knows that, damn, you did this, brother. I mean, right? And it's a pattern.
You know what's so crazy about it, James? I'm sure the person that's with him or around him is trying to rationalize and justify why he did it.
Yeah. Man.
You know how let's be honest, man. When we around crew, oh man, man. Well, I know, man. I can't believe she cheated on you, man. You should, you should have did. You should have gone in. That's all bullshit stuff at the crap end of the day. That's crap. That's crap, man. This dude, he just be. I just can't get I can't wrap my. I'm serious, man. I'm almost like, it's in disbelief. The video is like disbelief that you can imagine somebody doing that to her. Yeah. I feel very sorry for that young lady. I really do, man. And I pray she gets back on her feet, healthy and fine, and she could raise her kid, minus this dude. But there's somebody justifying that. You know that, right? There is somebody out there that's justifying what he's doing. And that's the sad part of our society. That's super sad, that they think what he did was okay. Or they're making a joke about it like it's okay, he just beat the brakes off her, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's ain't a funny matter. It's not a joke, and it's nothing to justify. Homeboy's in 100% wrong, and he needs to be held accountable for it.
I worry about, and again, we're parents. We know the resiliency of children, but the child that was in the room, I think it was 5 years old, but post-traumatic issues. Oh, I'm sorry, 5 months. But seeing that exchange, even at that age, seeing that exchange between two people who you have in your circle, your parents, 5 months, that child knows that that's wrong. And
first of all, I can take one further. He's going to know about that 5 years, 10 years, because the internet never dies.
Yeah.
That video is there for life. So what you mean when he searches his mother or he searches who his dad is, that video was going to come up. That's where you can get the post-traumatic syndrome, or he's going to be like disbelief, or he's going to develop an anger for his father and from whoever, maybe even a father figure, because he's seen somebody do that to his mother. This is a long-lasting effect. There's something more to this. This is bad, man. This ain't. I don't know why people, if anyone out there is agreeing with this or justifying it or not having any empathy in this situation, I can't see how you can't be that person. This is something that's bad, man. And you're right. I think there will be a psychological effect to that young man. Maybe not at 5 months, but it will be when he's 6 or 7. He can search the internet and search his parents and see this video, because it doesn't. We know that nothing goes away.
I'm not going.
That's a yak moment, huh? That's a yak sip moment.
I'm not going to the gym tonight. I'm gonna finish this bottle because I wear my emotions on my sleeve, and I almost broke down here just now. But it's just very sad. So, folks, look, here we go. Let's wrap this up in terms of this conversation, this discussion, because we don't want to go down the rabbit hole. But do your own investigation. Take a look at the story. Caution if you look at the video. But because the video is out there, it's on TMZ. They'll probably again show it on your portions of it on your major news channels tonight. But just think about everything and everyone that's involved in this, and how it just reverberates out to society and to the community. And think about the children. Think about this young lady who is dealing with this as well. Don't think about him, because all we want for him is to be put down. And I'll leave it at that. We talked a little bit about let's move on, brother. We talked a little bit about Cam back in his prime doing his thing. We talked about that, but there's another gentleman who used to be good, who's no longer very good, because he's now with another team that is good. I don't know what I'm trying to say right now. I'm babbling. I'm confused. Odell Beckham over there with them Rams. I like the Rams.
Yep.
I like Coach McVay. I do. I like the stadium. It's right down there in your neck of the woods too, down there, Southern California. I like what the Rams are doing, and they're building the team. They're putting some weapons around it. Look, they got Von Miller, so they went out and got old school Von Miller, who can still go down and put some pressure on the quarterback. But Odell Beckham is just not. He's not catching them meme-worthy one-handed grabs anymore. Talk to us a little bit about what you think about is happening with ODB.
We gotta give it the whole situation, right? So ODB complained enough and got his wish. He got out of Cleveland, and now he was able to choose any team he wanted to go to, and he chose to go to the Rams. And as of right now, this moment, he's not the same player he was 2 years ago before the knee injury. He's just not that person. I think he's still a good wide receiver. I think he went to a good team. I'm not a big fan of Stratford, so I don't know if it's Stratford and him, it just hasn't had the connection yet. And then Robert Woods went down for the Rams, so now ODB is asked to step up immediately. Instead of being the third receiver, he's going to step to being the number 2 receiver, him and Cup. And I don't know. I just don't know. I'm not sure if he's ready, man, for that level. I mean, he wasn't very productive except for his first year in Cleveland. Then he hurt his knee, and he hasn't been the same since. So, my thing is, who does Odell blame if he doesn't get the numbers now? Is it the system? Is it the player? Is it him? Who does he blame? Because he has a habit of pointing the finger to everybody else but himself. He did it with the Giants. He said it was a quarterback. He was horrible. He didn't get me the ball. He said the same thing in Cleveland.
His quarterback got a Super Bowl, and his quarterback going to be in the Hall, though, eventually.
What I'm saying, the young boy, I mean, but he's talking about Davy Jones when he was there.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about, yep. I
thought said he wasn't good enough. Then he went on to Cleveland.
Yeah.
His first year, him and Baker hooked up really well. He had really good numbers. The year before he got hurt, his numbers were horrible. He was just, and then he came back after his knee injury, and the numbers weren't there. And he's like, my quarterback. Now this is his third team, and he's going to Stafford. And I think it's going to be
it's not the quarterback, because the quarterback is a bad man, right?
He's a pretty good dude. I don't know if he's a bad man.
Matthew Stafford he's got the LA flair, right? He's good because he likes to hurl it 80 yards. He likes to try to throw it 80 yards.
My question is, though, for Beckham, if you wanted to go to what you think is a quality quarterback, he had the opportunity to go to Green Bay.
Yes.
Right? And he had the opportunity to go to Kansas City.
Yeah.
He had the opportunity to go to Kansas City as well.
Yeah.
So he didn't choose the greatest quarterback he could have went to. He chose the lifestyle that he wanted to, the party atmosphere out that's not clear. He was in New York.
He wanted to work on his brand. Go ahead and say it. He wanted to work on his brand.
Yeah, he worked on his brand more so than anything, and be in a place where he can work on his brand. So his football career is not where it's supposed to be, or his talent is not where it used to be.
Yeah.
So, but I still think he feels he's a superstar, and he wants to live that lifestyle. So he went to the place where he could party on up with the stars in LA.
Yep.
He chose a lifestyle over what could have probably been best for his career, going to either Kansas City or going to Green Bay. He thought maybe that LA could be the thing. Me personally, I thought it was a wrong choice. I thought he should have chose Kansas City. That's me personally. I thought he could have helped them out a lot more.
Yeah.
They would have brought him into the system slowly, and it would have been the other game. Mahomes and him would have been great because Mahomes improvises a lot. Beckham improvises a lot on his route running. I think it would have been a combination made in heaven, but he decided to do the LA lifestyle.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, what happens to OGB next year, year 2, when his numbers aren't there? Is it the quarterback, or is it starts to be him? And I'm saying it's starting to be him, in my opinion.
It's the mirror in front of you, brother. It's kind of you right now, right? It's kind of you right now.
Yeah, it's you. So Daddy can't get on Twitter and have his rant and raves no more, talking about all that
Wow.
stuff.
Okay. You hitting them
It
from
should
the
be.
home now. Yeah. A lot of folks
I
don't know
mean,
about that, but yep.
it is what it is. His dad rant and raved on Twitter how
Yeah.
bad Baker Mayfield was and how Cleveland was.
Yeah.
Which was also
showing video of ODB open. Well, kind of open, but not really.
I mean, okay, so he's been open on plays. So has every other receiver in the NFL. That's making money that they don't complain like ODB does. He just complains where he goes when he doesn't get his way. So he's starting to become that diva in the league.
Yeah.
And I believe it's gonna catch up with him sooner than later. Because if this doesn't work out, I think in LA, I think teams will now start pushing away, then more gravitating towards him. You know what I mean? Like I said, if he wanted to go with a great quarterback and put up numbers, Seattle was interested in him. He could have won with Russ.
True.
He could have won with Mahomes. He could have won with Allen. Could have won with my man in Green Bay, the quarterback in Green Bay. I forgot his name.
Yeah,
Rodgers. He could have went to all those Rodgers. He could have went to all 3 great Hall of Fame quarterbacks. He could have went to, but he chose to go to LA lifestyle.
And his first game with LA, they didn't do well. 10-31.
16 yards.
Yeah, they didn't get the win. San Francisco put it on them. They got a bye week right now, so they're gonna sit around the table and try to figure out what's going on. And guess who they play in week 12? Them Green Bay Packers.
Oh yeah,
they played them Green Bay.
Yeah.
Look, Aaron Rodgers is kind of back. We talked about him a few weeks ago. Had the little COVID situation, lying about his status, but Rodgers is gonna take this personal. And look,
bad boy, man.
He gonna be launching.
I get a tear in my eye, man. That dude
I'm not gonna miss
good.
this game. Look, we not doing no stream. We not doing nothing. I'm gonna make sure I don't have any dogs in these fights, but I'm gonna make sure to watch this game right here when them Green Bay Packers put a I'm gonna call it put a whooping on them LA Rams. Man, Donald is not gonna get close to Aaron. He's gonna have his protection, and and Rodgers is gonna do just like he did at the end of that last game where he says, "I still own you."
Hey man, the dude's
it's
a bad boy.
It's not gonna be a good look.
He's just a bad boy, and like I said, I mean, I think people haven't taken the time to dissect OGB, Beckham's OJ Beckham's decision. And I took a step back and when I sent it to you, I was like, let me take a step back and look at his decision. Did he choose the best football scenario? Did he choose the best scenario for himself in his career? And there's nothing wrong with it. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with making a decision. Hey, I want to go to a bigger market. It's my career. Yeah. But I felt in the state that where he was in, where he's coming off basically a torn knee year and then a really horrible year, you should go where you're going to have the most success right away or have an impact on the team right away. I didn't think the Rams were that. The Rams already got Kupp, Robert Smith. They got a new boy. The new guy that's coming up is doing good. They got all the pieces. You're added bonus. But he could have been great with Green Bay on the side of Devontae Adams because now you're only getting single coverage.
Yes, sir.
And you would have been great, like I said, with Mahomes. Man. Because now with Mahomes, he improvises and he's great doing that. And if he'd went to Seattle, he'd have been great with Russ because you got Metcalf, Lockett, and OJ Beck. You got to pick your poison. He would be the guy that'd be single coverage as well. I think his career would have flurried in all those with great Hall of Fame quarterbacks and all to use it. Stafford, as good as he is, he's not a Hall of Fame quarterback. Remember, he's a Detroit Lion. They never won. When he was there, no matter what numbers he went. Leopard don't change his spots. I don't see him doing too much great stuff.
Detroit ain't won the game yet. They tied again. Damn, those my Steelers that they tied. Yeah. I don't want to bring that up. Hold on, sorry.
Don't bring that up.
Yeah, let's not bring that.
But I mean, let's be honest with you. Stafford, the team is doing no better than when Goff was there. They basically had the same record when Goff was there. So they made this big old blockbuster trade to bring Stafford like he was going to do all these great things. They're no better than they were when they had Goff, as of right now, record-wise.
Yeah.
So I don't see this dude doing I don't see all the greatness that everyone talks about in Stafford. Does he have the potential to be great? Absolutely. Can he throw the ball out? Yes. Does he make poor decisions? Yes, which no one talks about. He throws a lot of interceptions. He does make a lot of bad plays, and he doesn't complete the balls when they need him, like the Russell Wilsons and the Mahomes and them. They make it when it counts. They make the ball happen.
No,
I haven't seen Stafford do that. I haven't had Stafford do that. So I'm not big, so I like the Rams roster when I look at it on paper, but when I see it play, I'm not very impressed. To be honest with you, and
There you go. See,
you can see it when they play the Niners. Niners ran all over them,
yeah, it's
regardless
true.
of what they got.
That's true.
You know, and Niners are supposed to be the team that's all beat up, and they went in there and pulled a mollywop on them. So
they put it on them. Well, San Francisco at home, they're gonna try to show out against anybody that comes in the Levi.
But they haven't won a home game all year, and then
again, like I said, they're gonna try to show out. So and they did. I think it was 31-10 against the lowly Rams. But talk to me, man. Let's end this on a positive note. Let's end this on a positive note because I'm still tripping a little bit and I can't get out of my own way. Talk to us a little bit about. Let's go ahead and make it personal. Let's talk to us about them Allen kids, man. I know we got some front page news happening with them youngsters on your side. Talk to us.
I just happen to be blessed, man. My like I said, my youngest son, he finished up his season in football. Collectively, the team, they didn't do that great. He exceeded all expectations by starting at least one game this year, and he played in every game as a true freshman at the collegiate level, Division II football, which is pretty unheard of because most of you are upperclassmen. And then my oldest daughter, she's a freshman in high school and she plays varsity basketball, and they won their first game. So, man, we're just excited. And then my older son, who's a coach at Division I football, they're going on a 3rd game winning streak. I just couldn't be happier as a sports parent. Man, it's going off the roof. It's off the roof, man. My cheer ticker is going crazy.
I see this. Let me just zoom in on that smile. Look at it. Just a happy dad right there. Yeah, let me zoom in on the smile.
We the Allen family, but we all in. We call it the all in family. So we try to put it all in and all on the line when we're doing big things. And we go through our downs, but right now we're riding on that high. And I'm very proud of all my kids, man. Even my youngest daughter, my middle daughter, man, I'm just so grateful and so proud that one day healthy, they're doing what they want to do. So can't complain. And Mama Allen, my wife, man, she gets all the praise.
Yeah, it is. My mama hold it down, right? Mama keep everybody in the line, right? Don't get the half stepping because Mama's gonna keep you right.
She's the backbone. She's the backbone that keeps everything going on. So can't complain, man. I mean, like what you said, man, just blessed, man. Like I said, I'm blessed to be 6 feet over, man, 10 toes down every day.
That's true. That's true. Every day, make it a good one. Listen, folks, this is tough what we do, but this is what we do. So check us out, right? Give us a shout, give us a subscribe, share the stories, share the stream with folks that you care about, because I can guarantee you, no one is going to go as far down these conversations as we are. We're not gonna get the credit for it. We're gonna get picked and pillaged. I can't even speak the words right. I've seen a number of other outlets, major outlets, literally take what we said the night before verbatim. I'm just gonna say that, and use our stories on other larger platforms. But that's all good. That's all good. We're not.
I wish they would show as much emotional as we do about it.
Yeah.
I don't mind you sharing the story, but at least be passionate about the story as well, because just like they affect us, like it's affected us, it should affect them just as well, which is the part I would hope they relay across. Yeah,
we definitely put it in there, so it's not fake for sure. It's all the real deal. So give us a subscribe, give us a share, give us a comment in terms of if you think we're doing the right thing. If you think we're not doing the right thing, let us know as well, so we can correct the dialogue, correct the situation. We decided that hard-hitting social impact story would be the lead with, so we can get all of those emotions, get all of those tears and cuss words out of the way, because we just want to start that way, so we can have that dialogue, because that's normally going to be a longer conversation. But outside of that, brother Montel, keep traveling safe. Get back home safe to your family. I know you on the go, man. Let's do it right. I will have the scheduling down properly from now on, and we will be 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Thursdays. Look, I'm still on Mazatlan time, and I don't know what's happening. So I haven't shaved in 10 days, brother. I don't know what's going on.
I'm not mad at you, man. My fault for the technical stuff, but I was on the run trying to get here, so it's all good.
All good. All right, y'all. Appreciate you. Take care of yourself. Be good. Let me take a look at how them Patriots are doing. What? Still 13-0? Hold on. 13-0. Third quarter. Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Baby. Belichick, baby. That's all that Belichick right there.
Belichick a bad man. Let's go.